Hi everyone and welcome. I'm Marcie Besecker, an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. Thank you for joining me. It is Sunday. My video is just starting. It's really weird. It was like this long pause. I'm like, is it gonna start? So we had updates today to the program that I use. And so I did them because I did them way earlier today. And then once you do it, it says this is new and that's new and you're gonna have to connect your video and all this stuff. And I'm like, oh no, but it was all connected. Everything seemed fine and it's working. So yay for that. So anyway, welcome. Thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate you taking your time out to catch my video live. I love chatting with you guys. Hi, Melanie and Denise. Yes, I've been live, Denise, and you should be getting a notice. So just make sure your notification bell and everything is clicked below. I think I missed one weekend for Christmas. Hi, Margie. Hi, Betty. Nicole, how are you? Hi, Elaine. Hi, Tashana. Tammy, Carol, Anita, Deborah, Laura, and hello, Olivia. New South Wales, Australia. Deborah, welcome. So today I thought I had a card that I created and I used and I did a different kind of card, which I can't show you because I'm sharing with my upline. We actually saw another card created, and then I've been wanting to do it, and then she did it, and then so I finally did it, but she's using it for a class, so I'm just not going to show the other card. But today we're going to create this card, and I kind of changed it up and did a few things differently, and I'm going to show you how I came about doing what I chose to do. But first, of course, we're going to get to some announcements, and that just gives everybody a little bit of time to get on. So first, this week is bingo, and I have, I think, 6 or 7 kits left. If you want to play bingo and get 4 great projects to do, we have so much fun, and the projects are ready to go. There are 3 die cuts I need to make, and I'm done, and they are ready to go out the door. So what's going to happen is it's Wednesday, and we will have a good time, sit back, relax, and visit. You could win a $100 shopping spree at my store. If you win bingo, you will register. Just leave me 5 numbers, 1 through 30, and then Friday or Wednesday at 5 o'clock, meet back here on my YouTube channel and let's play bingo. You need to be signed up with a Gmail so that you can comment. If you're able to comment now, then you can comment on bingo. It is a live bingo. You can come and watch. You don't have to participate if you don't want to. You're still going to get to see 4 great projects that maybe you can case and do yourself. Hi, Gloria. How are you? Oh, you were sick. Oh no, that's terrible. Thank you for sharing, Laura. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Janice. How are you? Hi, Connie. Hi, Marcia. So we have a lot of fun with bingo, and I want to show you guys the projects so bad because they're all from the new catalog, and they're going to be a lot of fun. And so, like I said, a few kits left. Then what happens is I'll do bingo Wednesday. And as long as I don't forget anything in the kits, because I use my kits to create the projects, and so you'll see everything you get, and then Thursday they'll go in the mail. So I just like to confirm that I'm not missing anything, and the whole point is for you to relax and have a good time. Then you can come back to the video and create your projects at your leisure when you get your kits. So it is a lot of fun. And you don't have to have all of the dies, and you know, I do die cutting as much as I can. If you have to stamp first, then I don't, and you could replace it with something else. If I use flowers, you can do different flowers, you know, you can, but you pretty much get the whole kit other than the stamping items. So hopefully that kind of gives you an idea. Hello, Marilyn. How are you? Hi, Stephanie. Hi, Barb. Hi, Ione. Ione. I always think, am I saying that wrong? And I know you're on here all the time, and I always say that. So I hope not. So anyway, that is one thing coming up. The January class, same thing. I have, I don't know, 2 or 3 kits left for that. So I think 2 or 3 kits. I can't remember now. But, and then of course for $20, you can still get the private video link for the class and the PDF. So if the class is sold out, you can just get that, and it's going to be a fantastic class. So I have been die cutting and prepping for that class all weekend, and it's just about done. So this week I'll be doing the video and getting that ready to go for everybody. Oh, Tashana, it is. And that didn't even have all the die pieces with it. So yes. Okay, good. Oh, goodness. I know I ask you every time, probably, because I just hate to mess up people's names. Thank you. So yeah, that I did, Tashana, you did see one of the bingo packages, and it still didn't even have everything. I was trying to sort it out, and I only could do part of them at a time because of space. And anyway, I did a lot of that this weekend. Today, I know, don't laugh, we're just getting our Christmas trees taken down. Our daughter from Montana came, and she was able to, they stayed for a week, and they went up north to Merced and did some Christmas up there with other family, and did, and some work, because he does work here as well as in Montana. That's how they met. Anyway, so they were here for a little while, so we had our Christmas here. And so it was a lot of fun. So I had some bow time. I'm going to post a picture of my grandson, my baby one. He is a big boy. He's only 4 months old. And let me tell you, he likes to be held when you're standing up. And she kind of bounces him. So I thought, okay, to calm him down. And I'm like, I told my husband, you need to come get him. He's so heavy. He's like 19 plus pounds. And he's 4 months old. Let's see. He's just a little over 4 months old. Whew, he's heavy. So, well, I'm glad you're back, Denise. I'm glad you are back. So anyway, that was a lot of fun. So today I took one Christmas tree down, and the other one's partially undecorated, I should say. My husband's taking them down. So then I'll be doing some house cleaning. You know how that goes. All right, so January bingo, January class, February class is available to register for now. It will be the Rain or Shine Suite. And boy, they are some cute, cute cards. I am so excited. I'm going to show you how to get the most out of your DSP. There is, for example, one of the sheets. It has the flowers with the sky. And, you're like, how am I going to cut this? Well, I have a different shaped card. So it's going to show you how to get the most out of that paper where there's not going to be any waste. And so it's so fun and so pretty. So we'll do that. And there's just there's a couple other little tips and tricks in those cards that I'm going to help you kind of show you what I came up with. Made your card from last week and loved it. Oh, Marley, I'm glad. Thank you for sharing that. And so anyway, so that's going to be a great fun class. And then I don't have it posted. I do not. But February bingo is also up, and it is going to be on Thursday. So it'll be the 16th. I didn't want it too close to Valentine's Day. I know people go out and do things. I didn't want it on the Friday because people may just celebrate late. I know we don't celebrate on Valentine's Day because everybody goes out to restaurants. Your service isn't that great. The food, everybody's rushing. Everybody's, they want you to get out the door so the next people can come get seated. And so we do it a week ahead, a week after, whatever. So we don't do it on the day. We just kind of chill at home where it's nice and quiet. So those are the updates for now. So February class, February bingo's up. I know it's overwhelming. There's a lot of stuff, but I just want to let you know it's out there so you can maybe save the date, and we'll have a full schedule going on. And I think going forward, I'm going to be doing a class online every other month. Okay, so I know I already have February, but I don't have a big group of people that help me. So for my sanity, what I'm going to do is we're going to do a class in February. March, I will be prepping for April's class. And then in April, we'll have a class, and then I can start prepping for June's class, because hopefully I'll start getting early product in the new annual catalog, and then we will have you know, a class. So we're going to start every other month to keep my sanity, but we will always have bingo. So, but don't be surprised if something pops up in between. Today I'm going to be giving a card away. So when we recreate, you can choose this one or the one we're going to create. They'll probably be really close to look the same. But there's a lot of technique in this, so let's just get started, everybody. All right, so let's move down here. So what we're going to be using is we're going to use a fish and a wish and sea turtles. And of course, a fish and a wish has the punch. It is such a fun set and super quick and easy to use. And then the sea turtles, I've used this before, and we are going to use the small turtle today and the starfish. You could use a sand doll or two. I'll explain it and you can kind of decide what you want to use. So those are the items we're going to use today. The first thing I did when I decided to create this card is I wanted to create something with this paper. I pulled out the By the Bay paper, and these are 3 sheets that I just really liked for a background. The other cards I mentioned to you, I chose these 2. They're a little softer card that I did. And then this one, I made it just a little bolder because I chose the bolder paper. So, you know, look at the paper and kind of decide what you want to use. Like this has that reflective coating, but it looks reflective, but like iridescent coating on it. And then the gold. So you can just choose whatever you want, but I chose the back sides. This one I chose the front side. It's a little bolder, and then we have this on the other side. So I decided to use this. I decided to go landscape. I wanted to pull the turtle in. Let's see, I just saw a question. I think you said if we buy the Rain or Shine set from you, the class is free. Gloria, that is correct. If you do buy the suite from me for the Rain and Shine, then yes, the class will be free. So that is correct. All right, so thank you for reminding me to say that. All right, so the first thing I did is I'm going to bring in some paper. I'm going to set this aside here and this one, and we're going to do the inside of our card. Okay, so our card's going to be like this. I brought the Knight of Navy 4 1/8. Oh, let's see, did I do? Yeah. Oh, let me see. Let me double check because sometimes I switch that up a little bit. Nope, this one's 4 by 5 1/4. This one is going to be 3 3/4 by 5. All right, so let's just bring in our silicone mat. And I'm just going to add, when you cut down this paper, you're going to have a strip. So I just cut this down. I made it a little longer just to make sure. This, you're going to have some strips left over when you cut this one down. So it makes sense to just make those your easy borders on the inside of your card. Okay, so there we go. I'm going to do it this way. Make sure my glue's down. I just take my runner here. We'll add this. Oh, it looks like I cut right there, so I'm going to go down a little farther. Let's fix this. I don't know why I have this little tiny cut. Oh, you know what we're going to do? We're just going to go to the other side. Yay. Let's think about this. All right, so let's just put glue all the way here to the end, adhesive, and we're going to turn it over. See? Easy peasy. And we're just going to lay this down. All right. Okay, there. All right, so now I put my little jacket on to layer up. I was getting kind of cool, and now I'm like, maybe I didn't need to do that. All right, so we're going to use our adhesive. You know, I like to do the inside, get it done out of the way so I don't pick up this white piece and use it as my stamping piece. So I just want to make sure that I adhere this and put it together and get it out of the way. So otherwise, you know me, I'll pick it up and go, oh, here's a spare piece of paper. Let's use this. Oops. All right, we need our blue piece. See, I don't like to put this on here, and I don't like to leave the inside of cards white. I just like to, you know, decorate them up a little bit. And so as soon as I went to go pick this up to put it on, I realized, ooh, I'm not going to do that because I don't want white on white. That's just how I am. Now, if they're note cards, you know, there's not a whole lot of space on the inside, so that I don't mind so much, because you need all the space you can on some of those sometimes to write in. But for the larger ones, I like to decorate them. All right, so let's just add that in here. All right, so there's your inside. Okay, and you could add your coral, I mean your greenery or another fish or something if you wanted. But I'm good with this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this aside. I think this looks more, although you're mostly covered up, I still look at that. All right, so let's go ahead and do our sentiment while we're right here. And we want a sea of thanks. So this card, or this one, whichever you guys choose, will go out to somebody. Let's do Knight of Navy. All right. So I'm just gonna, I kind of already made it the size that I need. Normally I would, oh, see. Let's try that again. It's going on blue, so. There we go. Much better. And then I took Pool Party. These are the colors we're using, by the way. Calypso Coral, Crushed Curry, Pool Party, and Knight of Navy. All right, so Pool Party. I'm going to bring in this. You know how I like my little grid sheets. I'm going to stamp off and then stamp on right across, just to give it a little bit of some color on there. All right, so let's get this glued up and out of the way. And what I did with this, there's really no measurements. I mean, I could tell you it's 2 by 3/4, but what I did is I just stamped it first on, you know, when I did the card, and then I cut it because I already had this strip. This is just a scrap strip I had. And so I cut it, and then I glued it on blue, and then I kind of cut it. You guys have seen me do that before, so that's what I did. Let's just go ahead and we'll just put glue on here. Normally I do seal, but because this is so small already, let's just add it so we can move it where we want it. And I wanted a little bit of a bigger border. Okay, so just make sure it's where you want it, and that's good. So we'll set that aside. And now let's get to our fun part here. Now, hi Patty, how are you? So what I did with the turtle, I'm going to bring in my mat. Where is my, here it is. I don't know what's on it, but here we go. I'm going to bring in my mat, and this is kind of a fun, it's different than, I don't think I've ever tried this before. And so when I did it today, I was like, oh, it worked. So let me show you what we're going to do. I'm going to move the card out of the way first off. I'm going to bring in my my craft mat that you've seen me use before. I like to use it when I'm doing inking. I'm going to bring in some baby wipes. 2 is fine, especially because I'm just doing one card. And today I was playing with some different colors and different things, and you know, it's just different every time. So of course I have my Costco baby wipes because they are lint free and I just like them the most. So I'm just going to make myself a little pad here so you can see it. And what I want to do is I want to make it as big as my turtle is, okay? So just take your turtle, and I like to just put it down like that. And so see, I can see my image so I know where I need to for sure get some color. So I'm going to start with Night of Navy, and I'm just going to add some blues. Not a lot because the blue is kind of a big color, and so I'm not making it too much of a puddle because like I said, we're just doing one card. But I also want to make sure that I have enough to, you know, ink it up. You don't like it where it's not inky, because then you, especially with polymer, it just kind of sticks to your I don't want that green. We're going to do Pool Party. And I go outside of where you thought. Remember, Pool Party is a very light color. So kind of fill up your spots. And then I come in with a light color again, which is the Balmy Blue. And I'm just going to fill in where there's some spots. I probably use more than I need to. All right, so now get your stamp. Now here's the deal. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp with Versamark first. So I want my turtle to be sticky, okay? I'm just going to get them all sticky. And then I'm going to go right in here in my colors, and I'm going to push hard and pick up some color. Make sure you get your color you want, and then I'm going to stamp right here. Okay? Okay, see how pretty he is? Now I'm going to bring in my color. Now you don't have to go super crazy fast because you have your Versamark on there. Okay? So we will put our color on there. Now see, I've got my embossing powder on there. Okay, so I don't put my clear in my little seasoning packet thing or seasoning boxes. You know, I put it on my in a bigger container. Hi Sue, how are you? Margie, yes, the turtles were a double-sided stamp. I chose not to use it on this one, but you definitely could. And I'll show you that in just a minute for those that maybe haven't seen it. So I'm just going to, oh, there's off screen there. Usually I go to my trash can. So now these are some colors that tied in with the paper. So let's show you. And this has quite a bit of blue. Now you could really not put blue. You could just keep it with your greens and your lighter blues if you wanted to, but I was trying to tie it in. If you look at this, now see you have this and it kind of ties in with the colors. So that was my point on that. All right. So there's that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this over. Well, you know what? Let's try to use the same thing if we can. We're going to do it. No, we're not. We're going to do a different one. So you could, if you wanted. I did it on the first one, and I did. So let me show you what I did on the first one. We'll just do the same exact thing. All right. So I'm not embossing anymore. So we'll get this out of the way. We're going to use this ink still, but what I did first is I brought in my, oh, that's where did my card go? I brought in the mint macaron, and that's, I forgot, I used for the leaves because that's a bold color on this paper. So use your mint macaron. And we're going to, let's bring this in here. We are just going to stamp it, and it doesn't have to be exact. Remember, you're doing your, I'm going to leave right here open for my little sand dollar and the corner. So we're going to just do this. And now we're going to go ahead and stamp here. It might not be as bold, which is okay, but see how it's bringing a little bit of that color in? It's a lighter. See how it's lighter? And I'm okay with that because I don't need it all super bold and dark. I'm going to put this right here. Okay, so you're just adding a little bit of texture, a little bit of different colors, but you're tying it in. All right, so I am good with that. To me, it does not have to be dark and bold because that's not what we're going for. All right, let me get some of this off here. All right. Get that out of the way. And we're done with the heat tool, so I'm going to toss that aside. So what she meant when she was asking about the two-sided for the turtle, I'm going to use the starfish exactly how you would use the turtle. And we're going to tie in our crushed curry. So you're going to take your starfish, okay, and you're going to get it all inky. I like to do the dark first. We're just kind of putting this in there to kind of tie the colors in, okay, and then I'm going to do one right over here. All right, so we're just adding a little bit. Now what you do is you take and you wipe this off, get your color off, and what I do, because my block is wet, is I will take this off. I dry it off kind of just like that. And I just turn my block over so it's nice and dry, but I turn my stamp over also. Okay, so turn your stamp over also. I have a tissue here if it's, you know, too wet. And then we're going to re-ink the flat side of our stamp. Okay, and then I'm going to stamp it off, and then I'm going to come back in here and I'm just going to add a little bit of color to my starfish. See that? All right, again, stamp off and come over here and add a little bit of color. So I'll show you what the turtle would look like. All right, so there's that. Let's go with the turtle. So let's go with, let me find a scrap piece of paper here. All right, so here's a piece. Let's just do the mint macaron, or let's do Night of Navy for our turtle. Okay, we'll just do it bold so you can see it a little bit better. So you're going to stamp your turtle just like that. All right, and now what you're going to do is you're going to come in with a lighter color. You definitely could do the same color because you're going to stamp off anyway, just like we did on the starfish. So now let's bring our turtle back, and I'm going to take him off. I'm just going to turn him over because it's nice and dry over here, because of course it's going to stick better with the flat surface, but we don't need that. We want to use the flat surface. So let's do that. And now I'm going to go into the mint macaron, and I'm going to stamp off. And then I'm going to come over with my head in the way probably and just try to go right over the navy color, okay? And look at that. See how you have the soft mint green is underneath? I prefer to do the dark first because you can see the outline, you can see everything really well through your light image. If you were to stamp your dark next, it's really hard to see exactly where it goes. Isn't that neat though? So that is what she means by, is it a two-sided stamp? And it shows you that on the stamp set. like this. So see, here's your stamp, and then here is the part that, you know, you flip it over. Everything you flip over, and it can give you that colored in area. Here's the blue. Let's show you that real quick. So we'll get a bigger piece, because this is kind of like you get, oh, see what I did? I was playing with them. You can also cut it out and pop up your little turtle. So let's do the bubbles really quick. And we're going to do the same color this time to give you an idea. So let's just, we'll use Pool Party since I have it out. All right, so I'm going to stamp up the bubble side. Oh, my block is wet. All right, so we're going to stamp that up. Okay, we're going to stamp it. All right, and now we're going to wipe that off quickly, and then I'm going to turn that over onto the dry side. We're going to ink this up. Okay, we're going to stamp off, and then, oh, wrong way. Uh-oh, what happened? What did I do? Oh, you know what? This is weird. Okay, now I'm wondering, that doesn't work. It shows that it does. What am I doing wrong? I flipped it over. Isn't that weird? Like, why doesn't that work? Am I doing it wrong? Okay, hold on. Do you guys see what I mean? Wait a minute. Oh, it doesn't even show. So it shows it like this. So it shows it opposite. Look at. So it shows that you flip it, but it's opposite. Well, that doesn't seem to work. Am I doing something wrong? I don't think that's right. I don't think this works. All right, let's see. So I did it there. See how it just doesn't work. So this one doesn't work for whatever reason. The other ones, it's the same shape when you turn it over. Like the turtle, when you turn it over, it's the same shape. The same with the starfish. Although this one shows it, I don't know. I don't think this one is exact match. Yeah, I think you're right. It's not an exact match. Although, I do like how it's still, like you could die cut that out and do your sentiment on top of it or whatever. So you still get that look that you want, but you don't have to use the whole thing. Or you can cut this out and it's pretty much covered. It just leaves some extra. So that's how I would use that part. Okay, back to the regularly scheduled program. Regularly. All right, so Pool Party is my next color. And we're going to use this wave. Now in this card, I did it pretty bold in the background. Now you could off stamp it if you want, but because I used these colors and they're pretty bold, I'm going to go ahead and just do a direct stamp. I did not realize that the turtle set was reversible. Yes, it is. And there was another set. I think there's one other one that just, I believe that came. So always look in the catalog. It'll show you too. When you see this grayed area, then that means it's reversible. Okay. So keep that in mind. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do our waves, and I want to do them like this. I don't think there's a rhyme or reason. I'm going to start down here and do it inside, not all the way, but I want to just kind of start a little lower. You don't want to start it up here. And then you want to offset them. Okay, so I like to just kind of go, you know, offset, offset. It doesn't have to be a little here, a lot there, a little, you know, whatever. It just, whatever you want. whatever works for you. And I like to just kind of make it look like, you know, a picture. You want it to be a scene. Here we are creating our scene. There's one right here. You don't really need to put one there, but I'm going to do just a tip there, so it just kind of fills in that space. Yes, mountain air is like that. Thank you, Peggy. All right, so now, so it's like having two stamp sets in one, kind of. When you get that reverse, it's like you're getting double the amount. All right, so here we go. So that is our background. So we're going to set that aside for right now. And now we're going to have some fun with our fish. So I've showed you this before. Take your punch and punch out. Oh, see, that looks wrong, right? Turn it over. Okay, so punch out your fish so you know that you have them where you need them. What we're going to do is we're going to take our fish. I already have them placed, but I'm going to show you what to do just in case you don't know. All right, so think about this is your punch and slide it in like this. Okay, now what I do is I take my fish and I slide them into the groove. Remember those little blocks when we were kids and we used to see what fit where? Now remember that they're kind of sticky on top. So what I do is I turn them over, just kind of get an eye of where they're at. All right, that one's good. That one's good. Now, except this one's stuck. All right, I'm sure there's an easier way, but this works for me. Make sure they're in there. I lift them up and look, and yep, they're all in there perfectly fine. So then I set them down, just like that. Take your block and pick them up. Now you can turn your block over, take your paper, and your paper should just go nice and tightly, firmly on there. That way you know that when you're going to be punching your, you know, if you're doing a multiple especially, if they're going to be the same color, you want to make sure that they're going to be easily punched. All right, look at this. I have to tell you that this was a bad idea because I keep thinking I have a dimensional or a sequin or something stuck on my nail. And now my nail girl is on vacation for 3 weeks. So we're stuck with it. So that's what we're just going to have to do. All right. So what I did is I took Calypso Coral first. Or you know what? Let's do our yellow first because we're going to go lightest to darkest just so we don't have to clean our stamp so much. We're going to go with our crushed curry. Remember, the small fish goes to the bottom. And we're just going to do that right here and stamp. Now, I tried stamping these onto another paper and I decided I liked it on the white paper because I want them to really pop. And so I just decided that you could do it on top of DSP if you want to, but I just really like the white paper. All right, so I just kind of quickly did that. And we're going to do another one right here. All right, so we have Calypso Coral, crushed curry, and now I'm going to turn it around and I want to do the Night of Navy. All right. We'll just stamp that off a little bit. All right, and then we'll do Night of Navy. And I'm just going to put that right there. All right, so there are our fish. I think those colors go really well together. Now, the other thing you could do is I will show you another idea. We want all the colors to kind of tie together. So you could take this, even though it's greenery and not coral, you could take your Calypso coral and just do the edges and just come in slightly with a little bit of color. Okay, you don't have to, but you could just bring a little bit more of that sea color, and I think that just kind of makes it vibrant. So you could do that. Just an option. It would have been really cool if we had coral like that other sea set that we had. That would have been kind of fun. All right. So now we have this. We need to bring in our punch. And we are going to punch. Look at that. Just line it up where you want it. And these are the fins, and I'm going to show you how to do that, so don't lose those. All right, we're going to go like this. Okay, and our yellow. So pick out your paper, kind of decide, you know, what your background's going to be, and then that's how you can kind of decide what you want your fish to be doing. Now, what I did is I'm going to use the large yellow fish, and he's going to go this way. We're going to copy it like the other one. We're going to use the large yellow. He's going to go that way. And then we're going to use our small blue, and he's going to go that way. So all of our fins turned out white. So to me, the fins, the round part goes down, right? So we're going to put one down. We're going to do two down, so, and then we're going to do this one this way. Okay, so what I did is bring this back in. You want to make sure that your fish is clean. All right, we're going to start with our yellow, again, the light color. All right, let's move this over. We're going to save these fish, of course. And now I just got the little fish, and I'm just going to stamp the little fin. Oh, that one should have been, okay, ooh, toss. This one should have been orange, so this one's the yellow one. Okay, so just stamp it. There we go. There's the, I mean, if you wanted to, you could even cut them out with the actual like crushed curry and orange so that you'd have some really bold colored fins. But I want them to blend. I want them to be just like the fish so that it's not like your main focus. Okay, so we have this little guy. I'm going to move it down here. I don't like to stamp on top of other colors because sometimes it picks it up. So we have our orange fin. And then our other one is right here. And this one is going to go this way. And so we'll wipe this off again. And let's get our blue, our Night of Navy. All right, so here we go. And our Night of Navy. So there are the fins. All right. All right, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring in our fins and put them on our fish. So we have this one, and this one. So what I do is I bring in my little tip. I take the little fin and I just push the tip back. So you want it enough so that you can add your glue on there. Okay, you don't need a whole lot. And then I just go the second scale back is how I do it. I figure that's about where to start it. And so I put it on there. Okay. And then just let it sit there for a bit to start drying. Okay, same thing here. You're going to push it the other way because this one's going this way. Ooh, I think my heater's on outside in the house. All right, we're going to put this on right here. And we're going to do the same thing with our blue. Whew. All right, and we're going to put that right there. Just kind of put it back far enough to where you feel like it needs to go. Okay, so if you can look, here's the little fins on my fish. See? All little fins. So now we're going to add our dimensionals to our fish. Let's start with our yellow one here, our crushed curry, because we already put our fins on. So I put one in the front, one in the back, and then I take a mini dimensional. Okay, so that one's ready. One in the front, one in the back, and then a mini. Okay. One in the front, and then just a mini in the back. That's all you need. All right, so there is that. Oh. All right, before I lose my pen, let's put that back in there. All right. So now what we're going to do is we are going to take our blue. Okay, so when I first was putting this together, I was thinking, all right, well, we'll put this, and I was going to put a blue outline on here, but I wanted a lot of this to show. So if you put a blue outline, then you're really not going to see the white, and I think the white helps this pop and you to see the color a little bit more. So I made this one a little smaller. So this one is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Okay, and then your image here is 3 3/4 by 5. And then in between here, this is 5 1/8 by 3. Oh, I did it backwards. 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. So it's just a little bit bigger, but enough to show your image. So let's do this one next. Okay, so 3 3/4 by 5 on top of 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. Oops. So just a little border all the way around. Okay, and I see like a little fuzzy piece. Don't want that. Now, I'm going to go ahead and add this on here. So I just kind of make sure it goes how I want it. And then I'm going to pop the panel up. And again, this one's 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. So I just look at the waves and kind of figure out what I want. But all right, so I'm going to start this at the bottom. All right, there we go. All right, now let's finish our panel up here. We're going to do our fish. And we're going to put this right here. Okay, and then we'll put this one. You want to kind of offset the fish, and because of the bubbles. All right, now let's think about this, because we're going to put our sentiment down here, right about there. So let's put our other little fish right about there. All right, now let's put this little guy, we'll push him we'll make him be past. Oh, let's make him back here a little bit. Oh, you know, it's kind of like, oh, okay, where do you want him to go? And the reason is you don't want all your bubbles going in the same spot, right? Because when you could technically have them all going in the same spot. You don't want that. So, all right, so let's put this up, pop this up. All right, and then we'll put that right here. All right, now I absolutely love the idea of using these, which are, I mean, look how many I have left over. Uh-oh, my keyboard is. This is what I've got left over from Christmas. So I have a lot of silver. So I was thinking, oh, and these are those festive pearls. And so I have a little bit of all the colors, but a lot of silver left. And so I was thinking, oh, I'm going to make those. Those are perfect little bubble size. So I'm going to take these out. And you want to make them to where they're like this one's going to be for this fish. So I'm going to do 2 for this one, like they're coming backwards because he's going that way. I'm going to do 3 for this guy. So I'm going to do 3, like his are going upward. And then this one we'll do here and one over here. So you see how it just looks like all of their bubbles are just like coming from each other and they're all like passing, right? So much fun. You can kind of just make them how you want. And I think this one's I'm going to make a little farther back. Like he's just passing. There we go. All right. So there we go. And now we're going to pop this up. So I like to put them on the edge. And then in the middle, I like to bring them in a little bit because I like this not to cave in on my card. So what's fun about this card is now you have some embossed for your shiny little turtle down there. Now you could emboss your little starfishes down here too. You could also, you know, put this your fish onto like a DSP. It doesn't have to be on white. It's just whatever you choose. But like I showed you, I just really wanted some of this color around the outside to show and kind of tie in. So I hope you guys like it. And then here's our other one. So the difference is, other than my dimensionals everywhere, I added a little coral down here. So it kind of ties in with your coral fish, your Calypso coral, and then your, I added the starfish down here to kind of tie in here. Of course, the navy, you have navy blue everywhere. And so it just kind of ties it in. But I'm really liking the Calypso coral to just kind of tie it, even though this is not coral, like ocean coral. But you know, just add a little bit on there and I think it looks kind of cool. So there you go. Oh, thanks you guys. Oh, a bubble conversation. That would be really cute. That would be a great idea. And we could put little dots on that too. Just order the turtle set and have the fish set. Can't wait to try it. Oh, good, Peggy. Perfect. So yes, so as I can't remember who said it, Gloria maybe at the beginning, for my upcoming February class, if you purchase the Rain or Shine suite, you will, if you purchase the suite from me, the class will be free. So when you register, just say purchasing from you, and then I mark that down, and then when your order comes in, I go look at it and confirm that you ordered it, and then I mark you paid off. Okay, so one of these cards is going to somebody, so I'm going to have to go look at my comments on my phone. Oh no, my phone won't do it. So let me just do this on here. So I'm going to scroll up and down, up and down. I'm scrolling up and down and up and down, and I'm still scrolling up and down. And I'm going to stop on a name. If you're in the U.S., oh no, let me see. It's pretty flat, and I think I have postage for. All right, it's going to go to Melanie Foy. Melanie, you are the winner. You are the winner, so I need your address. Wait, let me scroll back down here so I can see where everybody's at. So Melanie, let me write your name down on the card. My Post-its, where are they? Okay. Okay, there. So Melanie, I need your address so I can mail this to you. Oh, here it is. And here's a pen. Yay. Thank you, Deborah. Yeah, it's weird to do drawings when you're on live because the name picker thing will not choose from there. Or if it does, I don't know how it does it yet, but I haven't figured that out. This card, I can't wait to try the baby wipe and Versamark technique. Yeah, so I was doing it with the color only, and I wasn't going to do Versamark. And then I thought, gosh, it'd be so cool to color it. And then I decided, you know what if I did Versamark first? Because it surely doesn't hurt it to take it and stamp it onto the ink and then onto your paper. So I did a couple of them and set them aside, and then went back and put the embossing powder on it, and it was still wet enough. And I think it's just that Versamark that holds that on there. And so that was a great way to keep that wet enough, or, you know, sticky enough to put your embossing powder on. And then you end up with the embossed look. Like this one, you can see a little more of the blues and stuff on there. But let's see, there's the shiny right there. There you go. And this one I sat aside for a little bit, and I did several at a time. So, yeah, I thought that was, I was just thinking, well, I'm going to try it, see if it works. And it did. Yay. Good night, Deborah. Thanks for joining us. So anyway, speaking of joining, there is a special right now to join. I would love to have you as a part of my team. If you are interested in getting a discount, either creating a business for yourself or just shopping with a discount, you are in luck right now. If you do it, you are going to be a demonstrator through the end of July. You have from now until then to come up with your quota, which is $300, which is normally in a quarter, but your first quarter is basically waived, and then any monies that you get go to your first official quarter, which is your second quarter, and then July is your grace period. So what does that mean? You join now, you have, 6-7 months to come up with your $300, plus you will get to see the new catalog. So the new annual catalog will come out. We will get to order early. You'll get in your kit now, I believe you're going to get your catalogs, the main catalog, a case of them, a case of the upcoming, the Mini, and the Salebration. So you'll have plenty of materials to share if you choose to. If not, and you choose to just have a discount and shop, I am good with that. I have a ton of team members that do that. Do you accept orphan demos? Of course I do. I actually do have some people that said that they don't have an upline. And we talked about switching because, you know, sometimes you lose your title, that kind of stuff. If you think about it, if you are a bronze elite and you're getting 25% and you decide, okay, I'm going to drop, I don't have a team, but I want somebody above me, and you switch, okay, yes, you go back down to 20%. However, it's just for your first $1,800. So if you think about it, 5% of $1,800 is $90. So you're losing $90 in a discount until you're at that 1,800 again, and you're back at 25%. So you got to weigh your options. Is it worth it for you to switch and go from an orphaned demo or whatever, and go with and switch over so that you can be on a team, so that you can be, have a team family and do all that kind of fun stuff? I think it is, because I would rather be with people that I'm more social. I'd rather do that. If that doesn't bother you and you don't care, then, that's fine too. So whatever works for you, but that's kind of how, you want to think about it. Thank you, Terry. Thanks, Denise. You are so welcome. Melanie, you're welcome. And don't forget to send me your address. I'm trying to read, and so I don't miss anything. I try to go back and read, but I can't answer until tomorrow or later tonight when it pops up. But I will have all the measurements on my blog. Tonight I will be posting, or by tomorrow, tonight's video and Sunday's information. It'll all be on there, and it'll hopefully go out tomorrow or Tuesday. Thanks, Laura. All right, everybody, you have a fantastic evening. If you have any questions, please let me know and message me. Last time I said my email, or I think I put it on there. You guys know how to find me. But I get some weird emails sometimes from non-stamping people. So I'm going to try not to write my email below. So go to my blog and you can find me. Thanks, everybody. Have a great rest of your weekend, and I will see you on Wednesday. Bye.